Everyone's looking for the secret sauce of New York's charm. Well, saddle up, partner, 'cause we're diving in. Howdy, y'all. I'm here to take y'all on a wild ride through the history of New York. From its humble beginnings as a Dutch trading post to the bustling metropolis we know today. Picture this: horse-drawn carriages clipping down cobblestone streets, skyscrapers sprouting up like wildflowers, and a melting pot of cultures adding flavor to every corner. We'll explore how landmarks like the Statue of Liberty and Central Park came to be, and how neighborhoods like Harlem and Brooklyn shaped the city's soul. So grab your sit and stay tuned, because y'all won't want to miss it. In the early 1600s, explorers came to a new land driven by the promise of untapped resources and the allure of adventure. They were looking for furs and new opportunities, hoping to establish profitable trading posts and expand their influence. These were the Dutch, and they saw immense potential in this new world, envisioning a thriving colony. They landed on a small island, Manhattan, which would become the heart of their new settlement. Here, they established New Amsterdam in 1624, laying the foundations for a bustling port city. It was a bustling trading post, attracting merchants and traders from various parts of the world. People from all over came to buy and sell goods, creating a vibrant and diverse marketplace. Life in New Amsterdam was simple yet industrious, with settlers working hard to build their new lives. Wooden houses lined the streets, providing shelter and a sense of community for the settlers. The Dutch were friendly with the native Lenape people, establishing trade and mutual respect. They traded and lived in relative peace, benefiting from each other's knowledge and resources. The Dutch West India Company governed New Amsterdam, ensuring the colony's growth and prosperity. They wanted to make money from the fur trade, which was highly lucrative at the time. Peter Minuit, the Director General, made a famous deal that would go down in history. He bought Manhattan Island from the Lenape, securing a strategic location for the Dutch. Legend says he paid with beads and trinkets worth only 60 guilders, a deal that seemed almost too good to be true. New Amsterdam thrived on trade, becoming a bustling hub of commerce and activity. It was a place where different cultures met, exchanged ideas, and coexisted. However, the Dutch era wouldn't last forever, as new powers began to take interest in the prosperous colony. The British had their eyes on this valuable port city, and soon, New Amsterdam would face a significant change in its destiny. England, a powerful nation, wanted New Amsterdam. In 1664, they sent a fleet of ships. The Dutch, outnumbered, surrendered without a fight. New Amsterdam became New York, named after the Duke of York. Life changed under British rule. English laws and customs replaced Dutch ways. The city grew quickly. New buildings and streets appeared. Still, tensions simmered between the British and the colonists. The British imposed taxes on the colonists. They felt it was unfair. They had no say in the government. This led to growing resentment. New York became a center of resistance. It was here that the seeds of revolution were sown. New Yorkers participated in protests and demonstrations. They resisted British rule in many ways. The city was on the brink of a momentous change. The American Revolution was about to begin. The American Revolution erupted in 1775. New York City played a pivotal role. The city was strategically important. It controlled access to the Hudson River. The British knew they needed to control New York. The Continental Army, led by George Washington, fought bravely, but they faced a superior British force. The Battle of Brooklyn was a major defeat for the Americans. Washington and his troops had to retreat. For 7 years, New York was under British occupation. The city endured hardship and uncertainty. Finally, in 1783, the war ended. The British evacuated New York. It was a time for celebration and rebuilding. New York City became the first capital of the United States. George Washington was inaugurated as the first president in 1789. The city was ready for a new chapter in its history. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, millions of immigrants arrived in America. They were seeking a better life. Many came from Europe, fleeing poverty and persecution. New York City was the gateway to their dreams. Ellis Island, a small island in New York Harbor, became the main entry point. From 1892 to 1954, it processed over 12 million immigrants. They underwent medical and legal inspections. Families were sometimes separated. Life for immigrants in New York was challenging. They faced language barriers and discrimination. They lived in crowded tenements. They worked long hours in factories and sweatshops. Yet they persevered. They built communities and preserved their cultures. They contributed to the city's growth and diversity. The Lower East Side became a melting pot of cultures. Little Italy, Chinatown, and other ethnic enclaves thrived. Section 5. The rise of a metropolis industry, innovation, and immigration. The Industrial Revolution transformed New York City. Factories and businesses flourished. The city became a center of manufacturing and commerce. New technologies emerged. The Brooklyn Bridge, completed in 1883, connected Manhattan to Brooklyn. It was an engineering marvel. The city's population exploded. Skyscrapers began to rise. New York was becoming a modern metropolis. The city's growth brought challenges. Poverty, crime, and disease were rampant. Reformers worked to improve living conditions. Jacob Riis, a journalist and photographer, exposed the slum's harsh realities. Despite its problems, New York continued to thrive. It attracted artists, writers, and intellectuals. Broadway became the center of American theater. The city's energy and excitement were palpable. Section 6. From trading post to financial hub, Wall Street's ascent. From its early days as a Dutch trading post, New York had always been a center of commerce. But in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, it transformed into the world's financial capital. Wall Street, a narrow street in Lower Manhattan, became synonymous with finance. It was home to the New York Stock Exchange, banks, and brokerage firms. The decisions made on Wall Street affected the global economy. The Roaring Twenties saw unprecedented economic growth. The stock market soared. New York was the epicenter of this boom. But the Great Depression in the 1930s brought a painful end to the prosperity. The city faced its share of hardships. Unemployment soared. People lost their homes and businesses, yet New York proved resilient. It rebounded from the Depression stronger than ever. Section 7. Shaping the skyline, architects, builders, and visionaries. New York City's skyline is iconic, a breathtaking panorama that captures the essence of urban ambition and architectural prowess. It is a testament to the ambition and ingenuity of architects, builders, and visionaries who dared to dream big and build even bigger. From the early skyscrapers to the modern masterpieces, each building tells a unique story of innovation and determination. The Flatiron Building, completed in 1903, was one of the city's first skyscrapers, standing as a marvel of its time. Its triangular shape and innovative design made it an instant landmark, capturing the imagination of all who saw it. The Empire State Building, completed in 1931, held the title of the world's tallest building for over 40 years, symbolizing the heights of human achievement. The Chrysler Building, with its Art Deco spire, is another architectural gem, a shining example of elegance and style. These buildings are not just structures, they are symbols of New York's ambition, progress, and relentless drive to reach for the sky. After World War II, the city experienced a building boom, transforming the skyline with new and innovative designs. International-style skyscrapers, with their sleek lines and minimalist aesthetics, came to define the modern skyline, reflecting a new era of architectural thought. The World Trade Center towers, completed in 1973, were a symbol of American power and ingenuity, standing tall as icons of the nation's economic strength and architectural innovation. Section 8. The power brokers figures who shaped New York City. Throughout its history, New York City has been shaped by powerful individuals. These influential figures have played pivotal roles in molding the city's landscape, culture, and identity. These figures, from politicians to businessmen to activists, have left an indelible mark on the city. Their contributions, whether through policy, construction, or social movements, have defined the essence of New York. Robert Moses, a controversial figure, was arguably the most influential urban planner in New York City's history. His ambitious projects reshaped the city's infrastructure. He built parks, highways, bridges, and public housing. His vision was grand, aiming to modernize the city and make it more accessible. His vision transformed the city, but his methods often displaced communities and favored car-centric development. This led to significant criticism and debate about the true cost of progress. Fiorello LaGuardia, the city's mayor during the Great Depression, is remembered for his integrity and his efforts to improve the lives of ordinary New Yorkers. His leadership was a beacon of hope during tough times. He fought corruption, expanded public services, and stood up for the rights of immigrants. LaGuardia's policies helped shape a more inclusive and supportive city environment. Jane Jacobs, an urban activist and writer, challenged the prevailing ideas about urban planning in the mid-20th century. Her grassroots efforts brought a new perspective to city development. She advocated for mixed-use neighborhoods, pedestrian-friendly streets, and the preservation of historic communities. Jacobs' vision emphasized the importance of human-scale urban environments and community-centric planning. Section 9. The ever-evolving city New York in the 21st century. New York City in the 21st century is a global hub of finance, culture, and innovation. It continues to attract people from all over the world, drawn by its energy, opportunity, and diversity. The city has faced challenges in recent decades, including the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001, and the COVID-19 pandemic. Yet, it has shown remarkable resilience, rebuilding and adapting to new realities. New York is a city of constant change. Neighborhoods evolve, new industries emerge, and the skyline continues to be reshaped. Despite its challenges, New York remains a symbol of hope, ambition, and the enduring human spirit. The story of New York City is still being written. As the city looks to the future, it will undoubtedly continue to evolve, innovate, and inspire.